Hey everybody, it's Dick here. The Ducati Monster 1200 is an 1198cc 4-valve liquid-cooled twin-spark L-twin engine. It has a claimed 150 brake horsepower with 92 foot-pounds of torque. Dual floating discs, cornering ABS, lots of modes and adjustments, wheelie control, traction control. Let's see how it goes.
Oh my gosh. Holy crap. Holy shit. How do I turn off the indicator? I don't even know what gear I'm in. That's pretty nuts. Third gear, okay. Got a gear indicator. Roll off. Fourth gear. That quick shifter is pretty ingenious. Whew. I always forget how brutal Ducati Monsters are. Riding a Ducati Monster is a very unique thing. It's unlike any other motorcycle I've ever ridden. This kind of naked sport thing is definitely what Ducati owns. They own this. Was that false neutral he was talking about? I just found a little bit of a false neutral between 4 and 5 using the quick shifter. The fueling is very smooth. This thing revs to no limit, man. 10,000 red line, that's pretty awesome. But on a Ducati Monster, you're kind of out over the front light. You feel like you're out over the front wheel. You do feel how light this bike is and how easily you could get this front end up. You don't really need to spend a lot of time on your brakes. You can do a lot of your bike control with coming on and off the throttle. It's got that familiar old tingle right in the balls. I'm resting on my balls on this tank. A little bit of vibration in the throttle hand, around 4,000, 3,800 RPM. Ducatis are very visceral. I forgot how heavy these hydraulic clutches feel. But man, this thing can go, 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 go. Lots of vibration above 6,000 RPM all through the bike. False neutral between 4 and 5. Yeah, this thing is just designed to go fast. It's one of those bikes where you just kind of hold on for dear life and hope that the wheels are going to stick. So the suspension is pretty well suited to the bike and my weight. I'd like the front suspension to feel just a bit more compliant, like stick to the road a bit more. Yeah, this thing, you can get really low on it. Yeah, dual Brembos on the front. So he said to red line it. There we are, red line. Jesus Christ. It's a very odd sensation where you're like, oh, this feels very splashy, but yeah, let's go 100 miles an hour. If it's going 103 miles an hour in third gear, what is it doing in sixth gear? So the seat height is a bit taller than my old Ducati. A bit heels off the ground. Woohoo! Woohoo! Mr. Toad's Wild Ride there. Pussyfooted that. The wind is non-existent on this motorcycle. It's crazy how this kind of monster vacuum exists when you're riding this thing at speed. Torque there at 4,000 RPM. Holy crap. This thing is so fucking fast. This is not as shit as I thought it would be. And definitely not as shit as they used to be. I don't so much feel like this would be a slider, downsider bike, rather than a bike that would catch me out on a turn and just flick me off high side. Touring mode. Oh, immediately. There's an immediate difference in the throttle response. So much tamer. Touring mode is more my speed and making this bike come alive for me. It's less of a scary experience. Very usable screen, very small, tucked under that Ducati Monster fairing. This thing is not nearly as abusive as the R9Ts I've been riding at these speeds for this duration. There's no wind. This is just a hoot, man. Very vibey at 8,000 RPM. I got an Audi TT riding up my ass trying to see what I can do. And now I don't have an Audi TT riding up my ass seeing what I can do. This touring mode is a revelation for this bike. It's made it so much more rideable for me. My butt's asleep now. You're gonna know whether you like a motorcycle or not, or whether you want to spend any time on a motorcycle or not, in the first mile. But the Ducati Monster has always been, and I'm happy to say, remains a singular motorcycle. The steering lock is dismal. Oh, you know why? Huh. Because this is an actual fuel tank up here. And it just cooks, man. It cooks. The geometry is pretty perfect. I've been on this bike most of the day now, and I have no interest in getting off it. It's grown up. The Monster has matured. And I'm happy to say that Monster's matured in the same measure that I've matured.
If you like that video and you want to see more like them, hit like, share, and subscribe.